All right, so the first one set of questions says use the method of replacement or in behavior analysis to evaluate the limits. All right, so that means we're just going to plug in 2 in place of the x. So when we do that, we're going to have 2 times 2 to the third minus 3 squared. Well, 2 to the third is 2 times 2 times 2 times another 2, and so that's going to be 16 minus 9, and because that's 3 squared, and that's just going to give us a nice even 7. Okay, and so that would be this limit. So some work out nicely, and we don't have to do anything. And as we move forward, this is to kind of refresh us on doing limits. And as we move forward, we'll actually have to start doing that L'Hopital's rule. So now we're going to plug in 0 because this says use method of replacement or in behavior. So we'll try 0 first. And so e to the 0 minus ln of 0 plus 1. Well, e to the 0 is 1 minus ln of 1. Well, that's just going to be 0. And so our limit here is just going to be 1. Okay. All right, what about the next one? So the next one says we want to find the limit as x approaches 0, because remember, we can't find the limit of ln of 0 because that's not defined. And so we're going to have to approach it from the right. Now remember, what does our ln of 0 do? Well, here, and again, I'm not drawing perfectly here, but as we get closer to 0, it's coming down here and it's going to negative infinity. Okay, so what we're going to have to say is this is going to be then equal to our 1 over our limit as x approaches 0 from the right of the ln of x. And then, like I said, as we approach that from the right, it's going to negative infinity. So what does that tell us? Well, we're going to say, well, that is going to give us 1 over a negative infinity. Well, what's 1 divided by a huge number? Well, that's going to go to 0. Okay, and so 1 divided by a huge number is close to 0, and so that's what we're going to say. So what we'll say then is basically our limit here is going to be 0. So this one we kind of had to use our in behavior, think about how that worked, and then remember that 1 divided by a super large number, that's approaching 0, and so therefore our limit then is going to be just equal to 0. All right, so let's stop there and we'll come back for some more.